fire that changed the course of human history. What knowledge was erased from existence forever? What secrets did the flames consume? And why do some believe it was divine retribution? This is the story of the Library of Alexandria. If you had traveled to the ancient world, you would not have needed a smartphone or a guidebook, because all the information you could ever want was stored right here. Some believe it held over 400,000 to 700,000 texts, making it the greatest library in human history. Welcome to Alexandria, the Google of the ancient world, but with scrolls. In its heyday, the Library of Alexandria was one of 7 wonders of the ancient world. Its collection dwarfed any other library throughout history until the invention of the printing press. You could find everything in this library: the collected works of Homer, Plato, and Euclid, maps of the world, surgical texts, engineering manuals. It was also home to the greatest scholars of the age. So if you wanted to learn something, you came to Alexandria. This is what made it so confusing when the library burned down. We don't know what caused the disaster. Was it an accident or divine retribution? But we do know that it was a slow burn. The destruction of the library is thought to have happened in 3 stages. But before we get to that, let's take a moment to explore what the library actually contained. Anything and everything. From what we can gather, the library contains scrolls and texts on every subject imaginable. It was said to contain astronomy, mathematics, ancient medicine, technology, lost languages. The library was also home to texts from Egypt, India, Babylon, Greece, and many other cultures. It has been suggested that the library contained works on electricity, possibly including the first written account of lightning. This makes some people wonder, could we have discovered electricity 1,000 years earlier than we did? Could there have been a great electrical breakthrough in antiquity? Sadly, these questions will never be answered because those texts are now lost forever. If you think that sounds bad, just wait. It gets worse. While the library was never completely destroyed, 3 distinct fires are believed to have ravaged the collection. The first culprit is believed to be Julius Caesar, 48 BC. According to a letter by Roman philosopher Pliny the Younger, Caesar accidentally set fire to the temple of the goddess of wisdom while celebrating his victory over Pompey. It took 4 days for the fire to be extinguished, but only a small portion of the library was damaged. The second culprit is a man named Theophilus. In the year 391 CE, Theophilus led a Christian mob through the streets of Alexandria, pillaging and destroying anything in sight. Temples, statues, scrolls, nothing was safe. It is believed that as many as 100,000 scrolls were destroyed during this riot. There is some debate about a third culprit, though. Muslim tradition holds that when Caliph Omar conquered Alexandria in 640 CE, he ordered the destruction of pagan texts. Supposedly, he opened the scrolls in the library and found them full of nothing but sin. So he ordered them to be burned. However, this account appears only in non-Muslim sources, so it may be propaganda or simply untrue. Regardless, by the year 700 CE, the library no longer existed. All that remained was a single chamber filled with scrolls. This chamber was eventually converted into a church. So what would you have learned in the Library of Alexandria? Unfortunately, we will never know. But imagine what it would have been like to read about the Ptolemaic system of astronomy, which dominated the ancient world for hundreds of years. Or perhaps you would have liked to study the art of medicine pioneered by Herophilus of Chalcedon, who is considered to be the founder of anatomy. He was the first person known to have dissected a human body, and he discovered the function of the cerebellum and other parts of the brain. Imagine how far ahead of modern medicine we could be if the Dark Ages had never happened. We may never know what was lost in the Library of Alexandria, but but we can speculate based on what we do know. Could the scrolls have contained plans for machines and devices that would have revolutionized the world? Did they hold the key to inventions that would have saved millions of lives? Sadly, these questions will never be answered. The most painful part about the destruction of the Library of Alexandria is not that it was destroyed, but what could have been. What if the scrolls had survived? Would we have reached the moon earlier? Would we have avoided centuries of medical darkness? What inventions were described in those scrolls? Did they hold the secrets of the ancients? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and join our community. And remember, the greatest loss in human history wasn't a city. It was what humanity could have become.